Okay, so you know how every parent wants to raise a kid who's confident and kind? Like,
Yeah.
that's the dream, right?
It really is.
Well, we're going deep on that today with this guide, How to Help Your Children Develop a Positive and Strong Personality.
I like it.
It's like a cheat sheet for raising a child who's not just successful,
All right.
but also emotionally intelligent and kind.
Yeah, and it all starts with something we hear about all the time, self-esteem.
Okay, so it's more than just, like, thinking you're great, though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This guide really gets into how self-esteem is the base for so much else in a child's development. It gives them the strength to try things, handle setbacks.
Which is huge.
It is.
Yeah.
And to approach life with a positive outlook, which we all want for our kids.
Totally.
Yeah.
But how do we actually build that? Like, I was surprised the guide says it's not just about praising them all the time.
It's about how you praise, and that's what's interesting. Instead of those generic compliments like, "You're so smart,"
Yeah.
which can backfire, believe it or not.
Really?
It's true. Focusing on their effort, the process, that's key.
So instead of, "You're such a great artist," you'd be like, "Wow, all those details, you were really focused on that drawing."
Exactly. You're highlighting what they did, helping them see that success comes from trying hard, not just being talented.
I like that.
And that's where the growth mindset comes in, which I think is so important.
Okay, growth mindset. Break that down for us.
Okay, so a growth mindset is believing that you can get better at things through hard work, practice.
So it's like your brain is a muscle that gets stronger.
Exactly. And that's the opposite of a fixed mindset, where you think you're either born good at something or you're not.
Or you're stuck.
Exactly. And the research is amazing. When kids believe they can grow, they actually like challenges more. They don't see setbacks as failures, more like learning opportunities.
That's huge. So we're like setting our kids up with self-esteem, a growth mindset. That's awesome.
It's huge.
But then there's this whole other side, right? Raising a good person.
Absolutely.
And that's where emotional intelligence comes in, which this guide is all about.
And it's so key. You know, it's interesting. Emotional intelligence is becoming like the predictor of success in life.
Even more than like IQ and all that.
It's looking that way. This guide breaks it down really well.
Okay, so what's it mean raising an emotionally intelligent kid?
It starts with helping them understand their own emotion, like giving them a toolbox for their inner world, you know?
So how do we do that?
Conversations. Don't just dismiss their feelings. Ask, what's making you so frustrated? Or, you seem sad, want to talk about it.
Giving those feelings names.
Exactly. The guide says when kids can express themselves well, they're less likely to act out, in bad ways. They can communicate what they need.
That makes sense. So much better than a meltdown.
Right. And then there's empathy, also part of this emotional intelligence.
Not just knowing how we feel, but how others feel.
Yeah. That's how you build strong relationships, seeing things from different perspectives.
How do we teach that, though? To get out of their own heads and really get someone else?
Guide has some good tips. Modeling it ourselves is big.
So like if a friend's having a hard time, instead of, "That's too bad," it's more like, "Wow, your friend must be hurting. That's tough."
Exactly. You can even ask your kid, what do you think would help her feel better? Making it real.
So weaving it into everyday life. The guide also mentions boundaries, which always feels tricky to me.
It's a tough one, yeah. But it's about understanding why we have them.
Not about being controlling.
Right. It's about respect, responsibility for them in the long run.
So how does the guide say to set those boundaries well? So how does the guide say to set those boundaries well?
It says it's not enough to just lay down the law.
So explain it.
Yeah, instead of just no hitting, it's we don't hit because it hurts and we want everyone to feel safe.
So they get the reasoning, not just the rule.
Exactly. And then they can internalize it better, make it their own.
Yeah. We've covered so much. It's amazing.
It's a lot, right?
Self-esteem, growth mindset, now emotional intelligence, empathy, boundaries. It's like we're giving them this whole toolkit.
We are. And the guide also says, don't forget independence.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is.
Because it's so easy to just do everything for them.
The easy way isn't always the best way, though. The guide says when we do that too much, they don't learn to solve their own problems.
So it's that balance, being there for them, but letting them try.
Exactly. And start small.
Yeah.
Age-appropriate chores, picking their clothes, packing a snack for school.
Little things add up.
They do. Because when kids feel trusted, capable, it builds them up, right? Makes them more confident to take on new stuff.
This has been eye-opening. One more thing, though. The guide really stresses our behavior as parents matters, too.
Oh, for sure.
Kids are always watching, right?
Like sponges, they soak it all up. So if we're stressed, complaining all the time, being negative.
They pick up on that vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if they see us handling stuff well, being positive, grateful,
That's what they learn from.
it sets the tone for the whole home. And that's really what this is about, right?
Raising good humans.
Yeah. Not just kids who get good grades or whatever.
But good people who can handle life's ups and downs.
And make the world a better place because of it.
This guide's been amazing. It's like not just for them, for us to be better parents too.
It all goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
It really does. So for everyone listening, think about this. What's one small change you can make today to help your child build that strong, kind foundation?
Love that.
Until next time, everyone, happy parenting.